Hey, welcome back. When it comes to developing a powerful mindset, there are a number of things that we need to do. But it's also so important for you to have an understanding of different things that will help you to widen your perspective. For example, in another module, we'll talk about athletes getting into their zone or into their flow. But understanding how that works is easier when you understand the athlete's mindset and the impact that has. So in this video, we're going to explore the growth and the fixed mindset with athletes. There's a lot to becoming an elite athlete, and a lot more than just having a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. There's a level of commitment, there's a level of dedication, there's practicing your skill, but of course it goes far beyond that. We're going to talk about it in another time, but there has to be a commitment to intentional practice, and of course the list goes on and on. But let's talk about mindsets. Some people, they have a lot of natural talent and they have a lot of natural abilities in a particular sport. Their mindset plays a big role in what they're able to do with that natural talent. Those with a fixed mindset, they feel like natural talent shouldn't require any effort. Effort's for others, it's for the less endowed. They also don't ask for help. Asking for help, that would mean that they're admitting their weakness. At whatever level they're at, they see themselves above others. So people should be coming to them for help. They don't go to other people for help. A problem in our society today is that we fuel the fixed mindset. It's people prize the naturals over those with the earned ability. Author Malcolm Gladwell, he says that as much as our culture talks about individual effort and self-improvement, deep down, we revere the naturals. This is why we see so many with natural talents and abilities with a fixed mindset. They see themselves as superior and above others. While these naturals are praised for their talents while putting little into developing them and stretching themselves, problems develop out of it. And their character suffers as well. As they build up in their superiority, they don't learn to work hard and deal with setbacks. On the other hand, those with a growth mindset develop a character that pushes them. It's what makes them practice more. It's what makes them want to learn more. It allows them to dig down and pull it out when they need it the most. Billie Jean King, she said that the mark of a champion is the ability to win when things are not quite right. When you're not playing well, when your emotions are not the right ones, this is when you see the top athletes rise to the occasion. When everything is on the line and suddenly they're at another level. Jackie Joyner-Kersee, she was an American track and field athlete. She's still known as one of the all-time greatest athletes in the heptathlon as well as the long jump. She said, "I'd proven that I could win if I wanted it bad enough. I could will myself to win." American soccer icon Mia Hamm, she said she was always asked, what is the most important thing for a soccer player to have? Without hesitation, she would always answer, mental toughness. These are all examples of a championship mentality. This is how people who are not as talented as their opponents win games. All these examples of growth-minded athletes show their character. None of them thought that they were special people born with the right to win. They worked hard at it. They learned to keep their focus under pressure, and they stretched themselves beyond their ordinary ability when they had to. John Wooden, we've talked about him before, UCLA basketball coach, said, "I believe ability can get you to the top, but it takes character to keep you there." It's so easy to begin thinking that you can just turn it on automatically without proper preparation. It takes real character to keep working hard or even harder once you're there. When you're reading about an athlete or team that wins over and over, remind yourself, more than ability, they have character. I want to look more at what character means and how the growth mindset creates it in these athletes. In Stuart Biddle's study of athletes, he said, those with the fixed mindset were those that believed you have a certain level of ability in sport and you cannot really do much about that to change it. To really be good at a sport, you need to be naturally gifted. But those with a growth mindset, their belief was how good you are at a sport will always improve if you work hard at it. To be successful in sports, you need to learn techniques and skills and practice them regularly. Biddle said those with the growth mindset were the ones that showed the most character or heart. They were the ones who had the minds of champions. Look, how does each look at success? Those with the growth mindset found success in doing their best, in learning and improving, and this is exactly what we find in champions. Jackie Joyner-Kersee: I don't mind losing as long as I see improvement, or I feel I've done as well as I possibly could. If I lose, I just go back to the track and work some more. The idea that personal success is when you work the hardest to become the best. That was central to John Wooden's life. Tiger Woods, another great example. What counted most for him was the effort that he made, even when he didn't win. If you listen to his interviews after his losses, you can hear it in him. He says things that were talking about the effort that he put in, and everything that was put into that effort is what built him into the champion he was. Mia Hamm, she said, after every game or practice, if you walk off the field knowing that you gave everything you had, you'll always be a winner. For those with a fixed mindset, success is about establishing your superiority, pure and simple. It's important for them to be the somebody who is worthier than the nobodies. In the fixed mindset, effort is not a cause for pride. It's something that casts doubt on your talent. You shouldn't need to put effort in. You have the talent. So what about failure? Those with the growth mindset found setbacks motivating. They're informative. They're a wake-up call. Michael Jordan's a great example. After returning to the NBA after his retirement, he said, "You can't leave and think you can come back and dominate this game. I'll be physically and mentally prepared from now on." Michael Jordan embraced his failures. My older brother has a Jordan poster in his office that I love. It says, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed." He embraced his failures and grew from them. You can be sure that after each time, he went back after those and practiced those exact shots hundreds of times. In the fixed mindset, setbacks and failures label you. It's not, "I failed," it's, "I'm a failure." People with the growth mindset in sports took charge of the processes that bring them success, and that's what helped them to maintain it. Like Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods managed his motivation. He did this by making his practices more fun. He said, "I love working on the shots, carving them this way and that, and proving to myself that I can hit a certain shot on command." And he did it by thinking of a rival out there somewhere who could challenge him. He said, "He's 12. I have to give myself a reason to work so hard. He's out there somewhere. He's 12." John McEnroe, on the other hand, why didn't he take charge and learn how to perform well in spite of his problems and failures? Because that's not the way of the fixed mindset. Because in the fixed mindset, you don't take control of your abilities or your motivation. You look for your talent to carry you through, and when it doesn't, well then, what else could you have done? You're not a work in progress. You're a finished product. And finished products have to protect themselves. They look and they blame others. Everything but take charge. Now, if you're an athlete trying to get to the next level, what are your next steps? Are there areas you feel that you're limited, that you've maxed out on your potential? Well, maybe you're right. But then again, maybe you aren't. You won't know until you put in a lot of effort. Some of the world's best athletes didn't start out that great. If you have the passion and the willingness to do what it takes, put in the effort and see what you can do. Sometimes being an exceptional natural talent can be a curse. These athletes, they might stay in a fixed mindset and not be able to cope with adversity and not reach their full potential. They might not put in the effort they need to. Remember, the athletes with a growth mindset find success in learning and improving, not just in winning. The more you can do this, the more rewarding sports are going to be for you. Now, that's not to say that winning's not important to Michael Jordan. Winning's not important to Tiger Woods. Of course it is. But when they don't win, they learn from it. They grow from it. They do the things that are going to help them come back the next time and get better. I talked on another video about when Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team. He could have given up. He could have hung it up right then. He was a baseball player at the time. That's what he was known for. But no, he took that as his motivation. He went to work, and some people might say it's argumentative and it's maybe not, but I can tell you he's the best basketball player ever. And it's because he didn't give up. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to look at what you want to achieve, and when you hit those setbacks, learn from them. Don't quit and keep going. Now, We are specifically talking about athletes in this video, but it's the same thing with everybody. It doesn't matter if you're an athlete, doesn't matter if you're a student, doesn't matter if you're a CEO. The same things apply. You've got to look at the same things to develop the growth mindset, and then when you're hit with adversity, learn from it. Put in the effort to grow and continue on. We're going to keep on this topic. We'll talk about it more in the next video and look at it from another perspective, but learn from what we've got here, and we'll see you in the next video.